Hey, it's the Terminian Hero here, and we're playing Donkey Kong Country 2, not Diddy Kong's Quest, Diddy's Kong Quest. And before it goes into a demo or something, I'm just gonna move on to this menu here. Anyways, yeah, this game, of course, everybody knows the Donkey Kong Country games, and this is a lot of people's favorite. And I have to admit, it's a pretty darn good one. So this is gonna be an 100% run, or more accurately, as you can see by my top file here, an 102% run, because Donkey Kong Country likes to be unique like that. So anyways, let's get started. You got your 1-player, 2-player team, and 2-player contest options, like always. Just gonna go 1-player, I'm the only one here. And here we are at Gangplank Galoon. Now, if you remember Donkey Kong Country 1, Gangplank Galoon, it was K. Rool's ship, which is where the final battle of that game took place. Now here, it's the first place we're at, and it's not just a boss, it's a whole world for us to explore. So, yeah, let's get into the game. First level, Pirate Panic. Okay, so if we go into this little doorway here, we get our story. I've kidnapped that lumbering fool Donkey Kong, and you will never see him again. Har 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 har, Captain K. Rool. And this is an extra life. So yeah, Captain K. Rool, is that the same as King K. Rool, or is he related somehow? A lot of people think they're the same character, but Smash Bros. Disagrees, so who knows, really. Anyways, so we're Diddy Kong, and in that DK barrel, we just freed our girlfriend, Dixie Kong. Diddy was originally said to be Donkey Kong's cousin, but now they just say they're friends, and I still say that they're cousins, because you can call your cousin a friend, right? But anyways, so up there is a banana coin. And we are gonna learn the controls here, because it has been a while. We are gonna throw our girlfriend, because that is a valid tactic in this game. You can play as Dixie. You can switch between characters whenever you want with the select button. I personally prefer to play as Dixie, because she's so overpowered, but I'll play as Diddy for now. A good strategy is also to play as Diddy when you don't need Dixie, so that way if you get hurt, because when you get hurt, the Kong you're playing as runs away. So if you're playing as Diddy when you don't need Dixie, then if you get hurt, you still have Dixie. So these bananas are like coins. You get coins in Mario, you get 100 and you get an extra life. But they can also lead you to things. Here, they lead to our first bonus. Find the token. Now, unlike in Donkey Kong Country 1, you can't just go into a bonus and get the credit for it. You actually have to finish the bonus. So there we had to get that creme coin before time ran out, which was pretty easy, which is to be expected since it's the first bonus level. Or not so much bonus level, just a bonus. And here we got Rambi the Rhino. He's a little different from Donkey Kong Country 1, if I remember right, because I believe he has a new move. You know, you can automatically ram into things when you walk up to it. You can also attack manually. Or, notice there's a little banana here marking that something's here. And what it wants us to do there is charge into it. We have a speedy attack that we can charge up. And here's a new type of bonus. Destroy them all. So, you know, the previous one, we just had to get to the end. This one, in order to make the coin appear at the end, we have to defeat all the enemies. But then you still gotta get to the coin before time runs out. And that, what we just collected there, that's video game hero coin, and I think it's called in this game, but in Donkey Kong Country 3 it's just called a DK coin, and that's what I prefer to call it, because that's what it is. So whereas the red balloons are 1 life, the green balloons are 2. There's also blue ones that are 3. And did we get all the Kong letters? I didn't notice. Now that target is the finish, and if you jump on it from high enough, you get whatever bonus is on the pole. So in that case, we got a life. I could have gone for a banana coin. Honestly, I probably should have, because I want to buy everything we can in this game just to show it. But now if we look at Pirate Panic again, there's you can clearly see there's the DK coin there to show that we collected that. Something that's not as obvious that you might notice, though, is that there's now an exclamation mark at the end of the title of that level, which means that we completed all the bonuses. So, yeah, we never have to return to this level again, so we're just going to move on to Mainbrace Mayhem. Now this one is a much more vertical level. These bugs here, I believe they're called Click-Clacks. They're kind of like Galoombas in Super Mario World, where you jump on them and to knock them over, and then you can pick them up and throw them. Now here's where I show you why Dixie Kong is overpowered. She can glide with her hair, and we're going to use that right here. We probably didn't need to, but it made things safer. And it gets us over to this bonus barrel. And it's just a normal find the token. So we can climb up these ropes. These little rope nets are a reference back to Donkey Kong Jr., where you can climb on 1 at a time or 2 at a time. And now we're just up a little. Yeah, this is where we were before. So it doesn't move you that far forward. So we get our K. Like I said, I didn't notice if we got all the Kong letters in the last level. But basically, if you get all 4 Kong letters, you get an extra life. You're not actually required to collect them all for 100%. That doesn't start until the newer Donkey Kong Country games, like Donkey Kong Country Returns and Tropical Freeze. Diddy Kong does have one benefit, and that's the fact that he holds items like barrels and boxes in front of him rather than above him, which means that if you can hold on to an item and just hold it out in front of you as defense. Whereas Dixie Kong still has to be careful about where she's walking. This barrel up here is a checkpoint, so if we die, we'll end up back there, because that's how checkpoints work. Ooh. And now we got Diddy back, and I'm gonna take him back, because I don't want to risk losing Dixie. Yeah, see, he just held the box out, and the guy walked into it, and I was safe, and the enemy died. If I was Dixie, that would have been a lot more dangerous, because I would not have been able to just stand there and take it. Alright, got 3 of the 4 Kong letters. And now we have a cannonball. Now this cannonball is probably going to be pretty important, because cannonballs can be used to attack things, but most of the time they're used to put into these cannons. And what happens when you put a cannonball in a cannon? It flashes green, and when it does that, it can fire you. And it always brings you to a bonus. Destroy them all! Are we going to be using a cannonball for this one? Yes, we are. Because they just showed you the cannonball, so of course. Okay, and yeah, you can hit multiple of them there with the barrel. But yeah, they just showed you how to use a cannonball, so of course they're going to have you use it in the bonus. And there we go. You can't die in bonuses, but if you take any damage, you leave the bonus. So be careful about that. I got the Kong letters. And there's a bonus up here. Okay. I don't actually have every bonus memorized, but I did grow up with this game, and I've 102%ed it many times, so yeah. New type of bonus, collect the stars. In the top left corner we see we've got 75 stars to collect, and we've got to get them all in order to make the coin appear. And this one is not too hard at all. It's just making sure you know how to climb the ropes. It doesn't matter whether you're holding on to one rope or two, unlike in Donkey Kong Jr., where you would go up faster if you were holding on to two, and down faster if you were holding on to one. And here's the DK coin. There's one in every level. And this should be the finish. And it looks like I got a life from it. Okay, so we 100%ed that level. Let's check out the Monkey Museum. Come and say hello to your old Grandpappy Cranky. I'm back by popular demand to offer you my wealth of gameplay and wisdom for this unnecessary sequel. Is that nasty fat crocodile beating you? Listen up and I'll share my amazing knowledge. This stuff is cheap at half the price. And so yeah, you basically go to Cranky Kong, and wow, look at the references just in this room. But yeah, you go to Cranky Kong in order to get tips on the various levels. The first 3 tips at the top are always free, and then you got ones that cost 1 banana coin, 2, and 3. So we can't listen to them all right now, but we'll listen to what we can. Pirate Panic, we already 100%ed this, but whatever. Try using your team throw at the start. I actually didn't show that. There was a barrel at the start that would shoot you through the level, like really far through the level. So basically you don't have to play the first part of the level, which, you know, I want to show the game, so I don't really want to take those shortcuts, especially since I'm trying to find everything. Lockjaw's Locker. Below the letter K, you'll find a reward if you avoid the danger. Alright, so we'll have to remember that. Lockjaw's Locker, below the K. Mainbrace Mayhem, we already did. Jump for joy when crossing the longest horizontal rope. I guess I did that to get to a bonus. Pirate Panic, we'll pay a coin even though we already did this. I reckon the door at the bottom of the tall wall looks flimsy to me. Yep, that's the one we had to blast through with Rambi. And Gangplank Galley. Those big blue goons ain't guarding that huge stack of barrels for nothing. Knock 'em off and get up there. Alright, so we gotta gotta get past some blue goons on barrels. Alright. We can't afford topsail trouble yet. Not enough? Well, get lost then. Fine, someone's cranky. But we'll go back for that tip later. For now, let's just leave. That's enough help for now. I need some rest. And that'll be it for this first video. In the next video, we will move on to Gangplank Galley. I'm the Terminian Hero, and I will see you then.